In 2021, I made a decision to test out a different kind of lending, something that's outside of real estate. I took $7,500 of my own money and invested it into peer-to-peer lending. And in this video, I want to walk you through exactly how that went. And by the end of this video, you'll know what platform I used to lend the money, the kinds of loans I chose to invest in, and the exact returns I made, and whether I think this strategy is worth your time or not. If you're not involved in peer-to-peer lending, this video will help you figure out if this is a path you want to explore or if it's something you want to leave alone. And in case this is your first time on this channel, my name is Elridge and I'm a huge advocate for lending money as a wealth building strategy. My partner and I manage a $2 million private money lending portfolio that's backed by real estate. And we use strategies like infinite banking, family banking, and velocity of money to build our overall portfolio. When it comes to lending money, if it exists, we either tried it, we're currently doing it, or we got it on our radar. If there is a way to lend money, we got our eyes on it. Let's break this down for anyone who's new to the concept of peer-to-peer lending. So what exactly is peer-to-peer lending? Peer-to-peer lending, sometimes called P2P lending, is a model that allows individuals to lend money directly to other individuals. It removes the bank from the equation. Instead of going to a traditional bank to apply for a loan, a borrower can go to a peer-to-peer lending platform, and on the other side of that platform, that's where lenders like you and me come in. We fund those loans, and in return, we earn interest. Everything is handled online. No paperwork, no waiting in lines, no middleman, other than the platform itself, which manages the entire process from loan servicing to payment tracking. The platform I used back in 2021 was Prosper. Prosper is one of the more established names in the peer-to-peer space. They've been around for a while, and their system is set up to make it easy for everyday people to step into the role of the lender, the banker. Through Prosper, borrowers can access unsecured personal loans ranging from $2,000 to $50,000. Those loans come with fixed interest rates and terms that range from 2 to 5 years. My term was a 3-year term on all my loans. Here are some of the most common loan purposes: debt consolidation, home improvement, medical or dental expenses, vehicle repairs or purchases, life events like weddings or vacation, business expenses or even startup capital, and home equity related borrowing. So as a lender, you're not necessarily picking a specific project or borrower, you're investing in a loan tied to some of these cases. Let's talk about one of the most important parts of this strategy: risks. Prosper categorizes loans by grade. Each grade gives you a snapshot of the borrower's credit worthiness. This scale ranges from AA, which is the lowest risk, down to HR, which is the highest risk. Let's walk through them. AA grade, the credit score range is 750 plus and is very low risk. Typical returns between 5 to 8% interest. An A grade score is 720 to 749, low risk. The expected returns is around 7 to 10%. Then we have a B grade, is a 680 to 719 credit range, moderate risk. Interest rates hover between 10 to 13%. Then you have C grade, that's 640 credit score to 679, is elevated risk, returns increase to 13 to 16%. Then there's D grade, 600 to 639 credit score, high risk, interest rates jumps to 16% to 22%. And then last is the HR grade, below 600, which HR stands for high risk, returns are 23% and higher, but with significantly more default potential. It's important to keep in mind, these are just general ranges. Prosper has its own proprietary underwriting model, and rates shift based on economic conditions and borrower behavior. But overall, the lower the grade, the higher the return and the higher the risk. Let's pause for a second and talk about the real world risk involved. But before we talk about risk, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Now let's get into the real world risks. Because this isn't a passive income with guaranteed results. Here are 4 core risks every peer-to-peer lender needs to understand. Number 1, default risk. Borrowers can miss payments or stop paying entirely. Lower grade loans carry a higher chance of this happening. Number 2, liquidity risk. Once your money is in, you're locked in. There are no secondary markets to sell your notes to. You hold them until the loan is paid off or defaulted. Number 3, economic risk. During downturns or recessions, default rates spike. Your portfolio can take a hit even if you've been conservative. Number 4, no FDIC insurance. Unlike bank deposits, Prosper loans aren't insured. If a borrower defaults, you bear that loss. So how did I try to protect myself? 2 ways I mitigated risk: diversification and automated investing. One of the great things about Prosper is that you can invest in loans in increments as small as $25. So with my $7,500 investment, I was able to spread that risk across 300 individual loans. That kind of diversification helps. Even if a few borrowers don't pay, the impact on the overall returns is minimized. I also use their auto invest tool. You set your risk profile, so maybe you want to stick with AA grade loans or A and B grade loans, and that platform does the work of allocating your money as set. That made the process efficient and systematic. And for someone like me, who's also managing a real estate private money lending portfolio, that time saving feature was very important. What was the results? Now, for the part you've been waiting for, how did it all work out? Over the life of my peer-to-peer loan portfolio, I earned a 6% return on that $7,500 investment. Was that bad? Not at all. But was it what I was aiming for? Honestly, no. I was targeting a 10% return. But I took on some higher risk loans in hopes of achieving the 10%. But some of those borrowers defaulted. That dragged the overall return down a little bit. Let me take a moment to share what I appreciate about Prosper platform. It was simple to get started. You didn't need a large amount of capital to diversify. The interface was user-friendly. Loan servicing was handled entirely by Prosper. You got access to borrower financial profiles, so your decision could be data-driven. For someone who's looking to step into the lending space with minimal barriers, Prosper is one of those easy entry points. Let's talk about why this strategy isn't a long-term fit for me. First, there's no collateral. As a private money lender, I'm used to every loan being backed by real estate. Real estate is an appreciating asset. If something goes wrong, the property is there as a safety net. With Prosper, if a borrower stops paying, there's nothing to fall back on. And that's a major difference between private money lending and Prosper. Second, the privacy aspect. Prosper doesn't reveal borrower's identity. You get financial data like credit score range, debt to income ratio, income level, employment status, loan purpose, credit history, but no names, no contact information, no personal data. And while I understand why, they want to avoid discrimination, harassment, and bias, it removes the human element I've come to rely on. I like to know who I'm lending to. That context matters to me. Third, the types of loans. They're broad in general. And as a lender, there's no way to deeply educate yourself on each one to mitigate risk. For real estate lending, I can study the market, the property, the borrower's experience, and get better over time. My skills as a lender can grow. With Prosper, the loan data is static and there is no room to refine your underwriting process and knowledge. My lending philosophy: education mitigates risk. The more you know, the better you can assess a lending opportunity. That's why I focus so heavily on real estate lending. It's a space where I can continue to learn, grow, and improve my returns through smarter decisions. That's also why we created the Vertical Capital Finance Community, a free space where people can learn how to lend like the bank, whether it's funding a deal for a real estate investor or lending to a family member using family banking strategies. We help you build the knowledge and confidence you need. So guys, if you would like to join our Vertical Capital Finance community, click the link in the description It's free. Will I continue using Prosper? Probably not. Not at this stage in my journey. It's not that it didn't work. It did. I did make money, but the experience showed me that I value control and collateral. Not to say I'm some control freak, but I just like to know and underwrite the deals for myself. That's why I'm focused on scaling our private money lending operation. Right now, we're working towards growing our portfolio from 2 million to 10 million. But if I ever decide to get back into peer-to-peer lending, it'll be when I have excess capital, money that I can deploy with minimal concern. There you have it. My full experience with peer-to-peer lending through Prosper. It was educational, it was profitable, but it wasn't aligned with my strategy right now. If you found value in this video, if it helped you clarify your next step or gave you a new perspective, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. If you want to go deeper into the world of private money lending, real estate investing, and building your family bank, join our vertical capital finance community. It's completely free and is designed to help you win. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.